here with All Wrapped Up Customs 505, and today we will be upgrading the Dodge sound system. Now, I have a system in my truck already. It's been sitting on the seat. The speaker's pretty much blown. I'm gonna have to replace it because I'm gonna probably use that in my Corvette. And we are going to be installing two 12s. Instead of having one 10, we're gonna have two 12s under the seat. But we're also going to have to install a lift kit. It's not the one that you're thinking about either. So without further ado, let's get started. So first off, I'm going to be installing this lift kit. So it's not like I said, it's not like the lift kit you think. We're going to be lifting the seat an inch. I ordered an inch. I do like the quality of this. However, I wish they would have made these in metal. I mean, it's not like I'm gonna have someone that's like 7,000 pounds sitting in the back, but I just would feel more comfortable if these were like CNC aluminum or something. But this will work. This was, I believe, $70 or $60. I'll include the description in the link. But yeah, so pretty much all you're gonna do is you're gonna unbolt your seats, and I'll show you guys what that looks like. You're gonna unbolt your seats. It came with hardware, so here's the hardware. And you're basically just gonna swap out the hardware and put these in place of the seat, and it's gonna lift it an inch. That should give me enough room for my amp and for my wiring and everything else, and clearance for the subs. Now technically, this is the box I got. Came with, I love Kenwood. You're gonna see my in-dash. I've had that since, geez, it's going on 14 years now. It's still working strong. So I really like Kenwood, so I'm gonna stick with their products. But technically, when you put the seat down, it's probably going to sit flush, so when the speaker hits, depending on how high it could hit the seat, that's how I blew the first one, as I had somebody touching this and it messed up the speaker. So this gives it just the right amount of clearance to have enough room to rise and everything. Also, I might mount my amp here on this box. I might put it here, or it might go on the back, so this will also give me a little bit more space for my amp. But we will jump to removing the seats. Now, in order to install the Fox Acoustics lift kit, you're going to need to remove the 4 18mm bolts. So there's one there, one back here in the back, another one back there, and then there's one right there. And I will jump to putting the lift block in and putting in the new bolts. Once you remove the seat belt, you're going to notice there's this metal clip right here. You're going to need to hold out with a pair of pliers and spin it off to get the bolt off. But I removed all 4 bolts, so I'll take that ring off, and then I'll go get the new, I believe they're 16mm bolts that are longer than these. So I'll jump to that next. Alrighty guys, so you'll notice that there's this little indentation. Let me see. Oh, it's right here, right there. On these shorter cab trucks, you just cut this section off, because if you notice, if you try to use the full section, it's just too long. So yeah, you're gonna have to cut it down, and that's why they give you this little perforation right there. So just zap it off, and then we'll jump back into bolting these down. And I was completely wrong. It's a bigger bolt, so it's a 19mm. These longer ones are 19mm. So I'll jump to lifting the what's called the 60 side, because this is a 60/40 lift kit. Alrighty, so the lift kit has been installed. As you can see, there's a little demonstration right there. This used to be flush like this one. Yes, I'm going to clean this out once we finish and everything. However, also, I'm going to have to take everything back out because I'm going to do black carpet eventually. So But yes, I will detail all that dusty stuff. I haven't driven this truck in a while, so we'll detail it to make it look all car show like once we're done. Well, let's jump to the other side. Alrighty, so we're jumping to this side. Again, we're going to be removing the 4 18mm. So there's one back here behind this seat belt, one here, one right here, and then there's one back here. Okay, we'll remove all those, and same process. We'll lift up the seats, cut the boards, and then put the bolts back, and we'll jump to this side being done. Alrighty guys, so both sides are installed, as you can see. It's a pretty big gap under there where this used to fit down here. Same thing, my seat got stuck and it's being frustrating, but I forgot to stick my seat belt back up in there. And then it worked flawlessly. The other thing is you'll also now be able to pull forward and your seat will come forward now. So that's also convenient for loading stuff inside the truck. Okay, but let's jump inside to the subs. Hey guys, so this is my box. I asked for it for a gift for Christmas. It was off eBay. Came with 2 Kenwood subs. So nothing's connected, so I want to show you. We need to connect these two with a negative and a positive wire here and here, and we need to connect it inside. I don't know if you guys can see, but let me see if I can mount this slide in here. Okay, I can. So the wire has to run and connect into this down here. So I will unscrew that, connect wires to those, run them through here, connect it to the subs. Once I do that, then I'll need to, let me see, where's my stencil? I will need to place this stencil over this. I lined it up exactly how I want it. About right there maybe. This is not permanent, but it's about right there. And then I will start doing small pilot holes all the way around. Once I'm comfortable, then I will permanently set the sub in and then seat that with the grill also on top. Now that we have that lift kit in place, we'll have the space now where this is not going to be a problem. So let's jump to wiring up the subs. Now I got a wire, and I made me 2 connections at the back. Before I did that, I flipped the box over and I unscrewed these 4 screws and popped this piece out. Okay, and now I'm ready to basically just slide these into here. There's a negative and a positive. I'll run my wiring back into the box, put this back, and then make my cuts and make sure there's enough length for my subs. So I'll do that on both sides, and I'll show you what it looks like with the wire ran inside. Alrighty guys, so I lied and I armor-alled it and vacuumed it out back there. But unfortunately, the amp's not powering the speakers, so it's turning on and everything, but I think I need a new amp, so we're gonna hold on that for a second. So the amp wiring and everything is installed, the subs are installed. Unfortunately, there's not enough room up here to put my amp. I had to move it to the back. I had to cut out some of this soundproofing. I had to cut some of that out and I had to mount it back there, and I think I'm gonna move it from back there to over here in the middle when I get my new amp in. So we'll show you guys that'll be the last thing I show you guys today. We're gonna take off the doors and install the door speakers. I also ordered these adapters for the speakers on Amazon, so I will include that in the description. But let's jump to removing this one screw. It's a Phillips screw, and then there's a 10mm, and it's right underneath this, right where my pinky is. I'll show you guys that once it's removed. Alrighty, so I removed it. Once you guys take the screw out and the 10 off the door handle, You just lift off and literally it just comes off pretty easy. So now I'm going to jump off to taking these 3 Phillips screws out and then disconnecting. Oh, and there's a connector on the back, and you press it and it's so easy, it just unclips. So we'll jump to having the speaker out. Alrighty guys, so here's my stock speaker, and then here's the new Kenwood with Kenwoods to go with the Kenwood subs in the back. I'm going to do like a mutt system and have JBLs in the front. However, I'm going to have to do some self tappers because there's 4 screw mounts and this one has, the stock one has only 3. I don't know if you guys can see, so I'll be able to use one as a guide like that, and then the other 3 I'll have to drill out. But I'll jump to it being installed, and then I'll clean up the door, because I don't think I'll take it apart ever again for a long time until that gives out, or the window motor or something. So yep, jump to it being finished. Alright guys, so this is, I forgot to tell you, so this is the adapter. The little skinny part goes onto the black one, kind of wider part goes onto the positive one, and then the adapter just clips in here, so it makes it pretty smooth. I'm not going to clip it in, I just wanted to jump to that step just to show you guys how easy it is for, you know, just this to clip in and then you're done. So sorry, I'll jump to it being done now. Alrighty guys, so I wiped down the door, speakers installed, so I'm just going to put everything back together and do the other side, and then I will jump to doing the front speakers and then installing the amp, and we'll be done. Alrighty guys, so unfortunately when I put the speaker in on this side, there was no sound, so I started to diagnose it. Plugged in the old speaker, plugged in this speaker, didn't work, and I've been having problems with the locks and stuff on this door. So then I looked up a video on why it could be messed up, and I just want to show you. There was a guy that had a video that if your door is working intermittently, like the windows and locks and stuff like that, speaker, this is probably your problem. So luckily it's been a few days, so I found this harness. So we are going to take this out, and I've seen the video, so you just unplug it from here, pop this out. There's a bunch of little like plastic clips, so you got to take this out here, this one out here. You got to take this, you got to basically pull this off. The guy on the video says this is super sticky, so you can just put it back when you're done, but you just peel this back. You're gonna have to take out these 3. This will drop this, allowing you to get the connector in the back. You'll pull it all out, then pull it all back in, and then your problem will most likely be solved. So I'll jump to that and see if that cures my problem. I'm almost 99% sure that it was these cut wires right here. It's causing all these issues. So I'll jump to me taking that all apart, jumping to it being all completed, and then we'll jump to the front speakers. Alrighty guys, there's the back speakers. Sorry for the wind. There's the back speakers working. Alrighty guys, so now that we fixed the back speakers and got all that wiring situated, we are going to take off the front, and we're going to replace the front speakers. So to take off the front door panel, you're going to need your 10mm to take off this guy back here. I don't know if you can see where my finger is. So there's the 10 to take off the handle. You're going to need the Phillips to take off this, and then there's 2 at the bottom. There's one right here, and then there's another one right there. And then there's going to be a harness back here. Don't just lift off gently, and you'll see the little plug that you got to unplug for your window and your lock. Okay, we'll jump to taking this off. I forgot there was one more up here. Okay, don't forget that one. I lifted up and I forgot about that one, so just be careful. Alrighty guys, so here's what it looks like. So we're going to take out the 4 speakers, and we'll remove the stock speaker, and then we will jump to connecting it. Alrighty guys, so the stock speakers have this like frame for the speaker, so I'm gonna reuse it. So all you do is just pull off these little clips. There's a little bit of adhesive, but it's not really that strong. So there's the stock speaker. And there's really nothing wrong with it, I'm upgrading. So put that aside. And here's the JBL that I'm going to be going with. So I'll put this in that frame, and then we'll use the Amazon quick connectors that I told you about. And then yeah, just reverse install. So we'll jump to it being installed in the door. Alrighty guys, so there it is installed. Looks good. So we will jump to the other side. So we'll put everything back on. Again, be careful with these two connectors when you're pulling them off. Alrighty, so same thing on the driver's side. You have one Phillips head here, you have one here, one over here, you have one here, and then you have the 10 that's underneath the handle in here. Okay, so we'll jump to this, taking this off. Alrighty, I will proceed to taking off the 4 Phillips screws and then disconnecting the stock speaker. Okay, I removed the speaker. I will now remove this piece and put the JBL speaker inside this frame, connecting the Amazon quick connector to the speaker and the harness, and then putting it back in the door on the driver's side. Sorry. Alrighty, and there it is. She's installed. So we'll go back, putting these in first, then putting the door in. Quick tip, you kind of have to finesse it over this first while you're kind of sliding it over, and then down. Alrighty, so that's about it. And we'll test it now in a second. There's the front speakers, they're all wired up and working. Alrighty guys, so got the TV installed, speakers installed, subs installed, amps working, everything's working. We just got to do the dash. The only thing is when you guys order these dashes, you have to order new vents, or you're gonna have to swap your vents out from the old piece to the new piece. The only part about that is they're like welded on right there. I don't know if you guys can see. I just took a pair of dikes and I just clipped them all off. They came out pretty easily, and then I swapped them over to this. So I will need to, I'm going to use glue, so I'm just going to use some Gorilla Glue, contact glue. I guess it's permanent. It says it'll like form kind of like a welds together. So I'm going to do that, see how that goes. And then yeah, I just basically swapped everything over. So the lighter and the power outlet, those two got swapped over, boom, boom. The bottom window, I swapped that out over. Same thing, swapped out the climate control, that went over. The little cubby, that went over. And then the 4-wheel drive, that went over. So now I'll be letting that dry and cure for a couple hours, and then I'll go put the dash in, and yeah, we'll check out the new system. Here's my old one too, just so you guys could see. A lot of wiring came out. This one was an older style pop-out dash monitor, so it had this, plus it has a little brain that would go underneath the seat. In case somebody stole it, it wouldn't work. So pretty old. I got that when I got out of high school. So yeah, so we'll jump to putting the new dash piece in. Alrighty guys, so here's a grand finale. Here's the screen, it's installed, it's all working. It's bumping.